Welcome to Ravens Over. Please subscribe to my channel, also hit the notification bell, like this video and share. We lost a girl, cisgender woman, activist fighting for Black Lives Matter. 19 years old. I want to share the story about her life and living and how they killed this beautiful girl. Okay, beautiful girl. I want you to work me in his name. Oluwatoyin Salau. So I'm going to call her Toyin. Now, she's missing from Tallahassee advocate. She was only 19 years old. 75 found dead. And a 75-year-old woman was found dead, the police say. Earlier this month, a 19-year-old Toyin wrote in the Twitter that she was being molested by a man who offered to help her to find a place to sleep. And it's stating that this story is taking place basically as of today. The story is updated on Tuesday, June the 16th at 2:13 p.m. New information in Tallahassee police. Tallahassee, the man accused of killing the two women, has been charged with murder and kidnapping, Tallahassee police announced on Tuesday. But the police have no indication that the man, Aaron Lee Jr., 49 years old, is the same man who assaulted the 19-year-old protester Toyin the day she became missing. In Tuesday news report, Tallahassee police offered the new details in depth of Toyin and Victoria Sims, 75 years old, whose body was found in Glee property on Saturday night. Sims, a former state worker at AARP volunteer, went missing last week. Officers went to her home and found it in a ramshack in her car missing. Police says information from the investigation led to Glee home about 10 minutes east of Florida capital. Glee fled to Orlando by bus, but before the police arrived at his home, according to the police, Orlando police found and arrested him. It is unclear Tuesday whether Toyin's death was related to Toyin's death was related to her activism earlier this month. Toyin tweeted that she was being molested by a man who offered to help her. Also, according to the Tallahassee Democrat, Toyin and Sims had met after recent protests over justice for the Black lives. Now, it's also stated that Toyin disappeared earlier this month after protesting a recent police shooting in the Florida Capitol that made headlines and news of the death that prompted outgoing support and grief over social media. She had been protesting police abuse against the country, including the death of Tony McDaddy, the trans man, a black trans man who was shot and killed in Tallahassee police officers just 2 days after the death of George Floyd in Minneapolis. It is not that all lives don't matter. Black lives matter. Trans lives matter. Toyin said in the video widely circulated on Twitter. We're doing this for him. We're doing this for our brothers and our sisters who got shot. On June the 6th, she tweeted that she was being molested by a man in the mid-40s who offered to give her a ride and to find a place to sleep. And she said in mid-40s lives in a gray painted duplex apartment style house, drives a white clean Silverado Chevrolet truck. She had put that on Twitter. And just state that I was molested in Tallahassee, Florida by a black man this morning at 5:30 in Richview and Park Avenue. The man offered to give me a ride to find someplace to sleep and recollected my belongings from the church. I refused to a couple of days back and escape unjust condition. That is the last day Toyin was seen alive. 3 days later, Tallahassee police issued a issued a plea of information on her whereabouts. Police said on Tuesday that there was no indication that the incident was related to the death. The information, the description of Toyin provided by the police posted on social media prior to the disappearance does not match the person immediately found in response to her murder. Police said that in the statement, the Tallahassee officers had multiple run-in with Glee in weeks leading to her up to his arrest. On May the 28th, officers investigated a report that Glee had punched a man at the bus stop. According to the incident report, Glee punched a man over an argument regarding racial differences, officers said. Tallahassee police cited Glee for battery and decided for him gave him notice to appear in court on July the 9th. He does not appear to have been arrested. May 29th, Glee was arrested in aggravated battery after an officer witnessed Glee kicking a woman in the abdomen at the intersection about half a mile from Glee's home, according to Tallahassee police report. Glee had told officers that he knew the woman because he helped the homeless, and he had brought her food and drinks. According to the reports, the woman told officers that the two were drinking and walking in the sidewalk, and Glee asked her for a sexual favor. She refused, and Glee began kicking her. According to the report, Glee denied kicking and hurting her. Now, on Saturday, Tallahassee police also issued a missing person for Sims, who was last seen her shopping center less than a mile from Glee's home, according to the police. Sims was retired employee in the Florida Department of Elders Affairs, a long time AARP volunteer. In a statement, AARP of Florida and Sims was long-time volunteers for the association. She was a survivor of 2 daughters and multiple grandchildren. Vicky worried that ties and improved the lives of others and associated with the statement. The AARP family and volunteer staff has suffered a grieving loss. Police says in the statement that each woman was passionate about their improving the lives of others with Toyin processes justice policies, changed the movement of 850 and Sims serving the LWAARP. The Tallahassee Police Department is committed to upholding the legacies of these services on behalf of others and bringing the person responsible for the murders and justice department said in a statement. So here it is. This girl out there fighting for trans people, black people and stuff, and she's murdered. And it's horrible. Once again, I hate to say this, Aaron Glee Jr., 49 years old, allegedly supposed to have killed her. And the thing about it that's so horrible, this girl had put her life on the lines trying to fight for not just the Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter. She basically went out there trying to help everybody. 19 years old. And also, Victoria out there fighting. Sims, 75 years old. They ended up murdered. And for what? Beautiful girl. Fighting out there on the forefront for Black Lives Matter, Trans Lives Matter. And she was very committed to her cause. And I want to share with you the video in reference to her basically speaking and stuff. You know, and the family in my prayers. This is horrible. Check this video out of her being very passionate about fighting and trying to help. And the sad part about it, more so, which is even eerie and scary, she's speaking about death and being murdered and stuff. And it's so sad because she's speaking on it and it ended up happening to her. What she's fighting for and they're trying to stop, she ended up being a part of it. Now, unfortunately, this beautiful soul, her, Toyin, and Victoria are passed on, murdered, trying to help people. This is what happened to activists. Before I go into too deep details, I want to share with you the compassion that this girl shared, this beautiful girl shared as far as fighting back. And even in her confidence and trying to get people to get more concerned and care. She doesn't want to hurt anybody's feelings. She's even have more compassion with other people's feelings in her delivery. She don't want anyone to feel not included in the conversation. Okay, I want y'all to listen to this video. Check this out.
can't nobody silence me. I just want, it's not that all lives don't matter, but right now, our lives matter. Black lives matter. Yes. Black trans lives matter. Yes. Trans lives matter. Yes. Because guess what? We are minorities, but right now, like, let's focus on the person who got killed. Tony McDade was a black trans man. Okay? We're not doing this. We're doing this for him. We're doing this for our brothers and our sisters who got shot, but we're doing this for every black person. Because at the end of the day, I cannot take my fucking skin color off. I cannot mask this shit, okay? Everywhere I fucking go, I'm profiled whether I like it or not. That ain't right. Like, I'm looked at whether I like it or not. That ain't right. Being, first of all, I want white people to realize the fucking privilege. No one can look at you and tell anything about you unless you give them that information. Wherever the fuck I go, I'm profiled. Look at my fucking hair. Look at my skin, bruh. This shit, I can't take this shit off. So guess what? I'ma die about it. Yes. I'ma die about my fucking skin. You cannot take my fucking blackness away from me. My blackness is not for your fucking consumption, nigga. It's not. It's not. Okay? It's not. And y'all need to listen. It's like I said, it's okay to be angry. Use wisdom. Don't move stupidly and get yourself hurt. Y'all already seen, we all in this together. I didn't mean to like divide anybody. We all in this together. My brother who got he got ran over. Y'all need to know who the fucking enemy is. I sometimes I get mad, but I'm not trying to divide nobody. Y'all need to remember who the fucking enemy is. It's racist Tallahassee. White racist Tallahassee. Because those are the niggas that ran our fucking brother over. So y'all need to keep that in mind. The same energy that we had when we were walking the fucking streets, keep that with you at all fucking times. Don't let nobody take away your blackness from you. Your blackness is not supposed to be subdued at all. It's not.
All I can say is rest in peace, Toyin. Rest in peace, Victoria. You know, this is so horrible on so many levels. I'm not going to stay long. But unfortunately, this is a part of activism. When you're an activist, that means you're fighting. And sometimes when you fight, you get murdered through the fight. That's why it's very important to watch how people receive you and people watching you. There's so many people that watch you as being an activist behind the scenes that you don't even know. They know you, but you don't know them because you're in the forefront. And I've talked about this in reference to me being an activist and stuff. They know who I am. I don't know them, which makes me a target. And I try to share this with a lot of times when it comes down to people who activists in fighting. Even though you're doing a good thing, there's always somebody that don't see your worth. They feel it's like they got some personal mental issues that's watching. Everybody don't really care about the justice part. Some people just have the strangest reasons for killing people for the dumbest reasons. So while you're trying to help people, it will be challenged. And this beautiful girl, 19 years old, is murdered. And this beautiful woman, 75 years old, is murdered. You know, like in the beginning, I said 75 people. If I may have misspoke, but it was she was actually the age of 75 years old. Because I think I kind of said 75, but it's 75 years old. That's Victoria. Imagine 75 years old and you murdered 75. Trying to help. These two beautiful women are now dead. Putting their life on the line to try to help others. And of course, once again, and this is the reason why I have a problem with cisgender men. And I'd be like, well, Raven, I just don't trust them. I just don't. Because, and I'm not saying all men are bad, because they're not. But I'm tired of seeing this format play out. And I want you to subscribe to this channel because we're going to do the update in references. If it was this man, if the reports are accurate as far as this man being the one killing Toyin, I have to find out. As far as killing Victoria, we have to find out. I'm not sure. We need to ask Victoria and Victoria and Toyin, but we can't, because once again, the key witnesses has been murdered. Anyway, y'all, someone told me to do this video, and I just did it for y'all, so y'all get an idea what's going on now. It's pretty hot right now, and Aaron Glee is 49 years old. He looks way older than 49, but it is what it is. And it's horrible on so many levels. And when she tweeted and stuff, she's saying it wasn't clear on Tuesday. Toya said release statement that earlier this month that Toya tweeted that she has been arrested by a man who offered to help her, according to Tallahassee, a Democratic. Toya had met after a recent protest over justice for Black lives. And when she gave the description and stuff, she said mid-40s, gray, in a gray painted duplex apartment. And if the reports are accurate, but he's in a house. Mid-40s, lives in a gray painted duplex apartment style house, drives a white clean Silverado. And when I look at this house here, it is of a gray color house, but it looks white, but then it looks dirty. Drives a white car. Maybe him, because this is where Aaron Glee lives, allegedly. So let me see this part right here. Yeah, that's still the same house. Toyin was last known sighting with on June the 10th. She was at that house. And that house is the same house as his house. So once again, if the reports are accurate, here it is. This man, Aaron Glee Jr., double murder. Killed both of them. They were hunted. Because if the reports are accurate, these two supposed to knew each other. Victoria and Toya, if the reports are accurate. So he probably was low-key following them. They didn't even know it. Anyway, y'all could be the voices. I would like to hear what y'all got to feel about this. How do y'all feel about this story? Rest in peace, Victoria. Rest in peace, Toyin. Forgive me for butchering the names. And the family in my prayers. I love to hear y'all comments, how y'all feel about this. Subscribe to my channel just in case I get an update. At the top, there's the Instagram button. You follow me, I'll follow you back. Make sure I love you and thank you for watching. Kiss the ring.